In the wake of George Floyd passing from the knee of police officer Derek Chauvin, the entire world is in catastrophic belief. This has led to the biggest protest in history, as not just one country, but the entire world has joined the cause. After R&B singer Kirby made a TikTok video exposing Aunt Jemima's brand of syrup and pancake mix, the company quickly gave a statement suggesting they will be working on making racial equality through several initiatives. This has forced many prominent companies to consider a complete overhaul of their iconic food mascots as well. Included in this video is a list of the top 10 most iconic mascots that are completely racist. Before we jump into this video, make sure you guys hit that like button and sub to the channel so you never miss a video when I post one. But now let's talk about these historic companies that are definitely flawed. Mom, is that oatmeal for breakfast? No, Billy, that is cream of wheat. It looks real yummy, doesn't it? I would disagree. Cream of wheat is a brand of farina, which is a name given to a form of milled wheat in the United States of America. After it made its debut in Chicago back in 1893, it didn't take long for this breakfast cereal to hit every shelf in America. As a casual cream of wheat eater, you would most likely recognize the African American mascot on the cover. But did you know he has a name and was even designed after someone as well? Rastu is the name of the mascot, and he portrays none other than Frank L. White. Frank L. White was a master chef after he immigrated to the United States back in 1875. Frank is a very common name, but not Rastu. Rastu is commonly known as a derogatory term traditionally associated with African Americans. It's no wonder why B&G Foods, the owner of Cream of Wheat, was quickly under public pressure.
No justice! No racist!
The recent national debate over racism has been no stranger for the NFL. The debate started back in 2016 when Colin Kaepernick took a kneel during the national anthem to protest social injustice and police brutality. The NFL has recently apologized publicly and is urging to hire Kaepernick back to the NFL under Roger Goodell's blessings. But it didn't take long for the NFL to take heat about another unrelated occurrence. This time, regarding the name and logo of NFL's Washington Redskins. Even though questions about the name and logo is in the public attention of the nation, Native Americans have been questioning its meaning since the 60s. So much so that back in 2014, the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board in the United States Patent and Trademark Office voted to cancel the Redskins' federal trademark registrations. This case lasted 3 years until the Supreme Court ruled it freedom of speech and dismissed the case. Let's hope that 2020 brings justice for our Native American brethren. Nothing like some ice cream after a long hot day on the beach. But if you're eating Eskimo pies, then you may have to consider changing your ice cream. These delicious sugary snacks are steeped in controversy, and it's not because of this young man right here. No. It's because the word Eskimo has long roots of being a derogatory term. While it's unsure where the word Eskimo got its origin from, the word is used to describe indigenous people who have traditionally inhabited the northern circumpolar region for over 18,000 years. The term was first declared racist when non-native colonizers used it widely to refer to early Paleo-Eskimos, which is now predominantly seen as pejorative and has been widely replaced with Inuit. The term Eskimo is one for the history books.
No justice! No racist!
After a long morning of flipping flapjacks, you can top off your yummy pancake with some golden buttery syrup. You reach in your fridge, and chances are a bottle of Mrs. Butterworth is hanging out on the top shelf. This delicious syrup is now under fire and is undergoing a brand and packaging review. The Chicago-based company Conagra Brands gave a statement suggesting that the package is supposed to resemble a loving grandmother. However, critics have claimed that the bottle's design has roots in the mammy stereotype. Brushing your teeth 3 times a day is something we all should be doing daily. I sometimes only brush twice, and the toothpaste I use is typically whatever is on sale at my local grocery store. But did you know that there is a toothpaste that when translated from the Chinese name into English is black man's toothpaste? Oh boy, Colgate, you have some explaining to do. In the States, this toothpaste's original name was Darkie and had a face of a black man on the cover. He was marketed as a parody of American minstrel performer by the name of Al Jolson, who was known for his blackface performances and showing his white glowing teeth. This was heavily criticized until 1989 when CEO Reuben Mark changed the name to Darlie. This time the logo was changed into an ambiguous figure in a top hat. Colgate made a statement announcing that the brand will evolve all aspects after the wake of Black Lives Matter protests. I don't know about you, but I might think twice about the toothpaste I buy when I go to the grocery store.
No justice, no racist.
Everyone knows Uncle Ben. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have Spider-Man. Not that Uncle Ben. Wait, you mean to tell me that there's another one? No, seriously, Uncle Ben's rice was the best rice for over 40 years. You can find this rice in many stores worldwide. With racism finally getting the justice it deserves, Uncle Ben was definitely on the chopping block. Mars released a statement saying they would be evolving the brand's identity, including the brand's logo. Uncle Ben himself was a reimagining of Chicago's maitre d' hotel, Frank Brown. According to Mars, he was an African-American rice grower known for his quality rice. The name was chosen during World War II for marketing purposes to the general public. Using auntie or uncle was a way to show respect to an African-American without saying Mr. or Mrs. Overall, the terms uncle and auntie should be resurrected from its derogatory past. Toast and butter is one of the most common staples when it comes to breakfast. It's probably one of the first things you made for yourself when you were a kid as well. But what if the butter you use is deemed controversial? Land O'Lakes has received public attention for years for having an indigenous woman on the cover of their butter. Mia is her name, and she was illustrated to resemble the Ojibwa territory. In 1950, she received minor modifications that turned this butter box into an infinite loop motif, in which the image is repeated within itself. Ooh, that's pretty cool. In April of 2020, the company announced it was removing the image of the Indian woman altogether. The decision to change the label was praised by so many Native advocates like Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, Peggy Flanagan. Sweet, sweet victory.
No justice, no racist.
I'm Chiquita Banana and I've come to say banana.
What a banana. Say hello to the mascot for Chiquita Brands International. This first lady of fruit was originally a cartoon banana that appeared in ads like this. You can always count on Miss Chiquita to come in and save the day. Many speculated that the banana looked an awful lot like Brazilian Hollywood icon Carmen Miranda, who reached the height of her career when Miss Chiquita was born. She later received a reimagining when creator of the Pink Panther Oscar Grillo drew her as an actual woman. And voila! This is the Miss Chiquita that we are used to today, but it wasn't all fairy tales from here. In fact, the company has been criticized for perpetuating stereotypes of Latin Americans as primitive and Latin women as hypersexual. Sadly, Chiquita Brands has yet to release a statement regarding these accusations, but I think I'm just fine with it being a banana. Hide your corn chips. This is the Frito Bandito, and he was your stereotypical Mexican bandit from your Western movies who spoke broken language and was portrayed as a thief. He appeared in 1967 with a sombrero, handlebar mustache, 2 pistols that he used to rob people for their Fritos. I don't blame him. Those small little chips pack a large punch. The Frito Bandito would appear in commercials during television shows, but due to popularity, Frito-Lay began using the Bandito in all print and television advertisement. Sadly, this mascot lived a short life when he retired from the label in 1971. Now it's time to jump into number 1, but if you like this awesome content, Don't forget to sub to the channel and hit that notification bell. It really helps out the channel. Thank you.
No justice, no racist.
A lot of us have that one uncle or aunt who was always there for us. Me? I had Aunt Jemima. She was there every morning when you needed a delicious buttery flapjack. Throughout the years, Aunt Jemima has had many different faces. In 1968, she was slimmed down, depicting more of a swell look but still kept her handkerchief. On Aunt Jemima's 100th anniversary, they removed the handkerchief, revealing gray streaked hair, gold earrings, and replacing her plain white collar with lace. Talk about a happy birthday. This was Quaker's attempt to make Aunt Jemima have more of a contemporary look. Over the years, Aunt Jemima has been criticized for portraying your classic mammy stereotype. It gets worse. In 1894, the company added an Aunt Jemima paper doll that you could cut out from the pancake box. She is seen with her husband, Uncle Rastus, which we already know is a common name for black slaves. They had 5 children who were all portrayed as poor, and if you bought more pancake boxes, you can find different clothing for the dolls. Ay ay ay. Legend has it that Aunt Jemima was a real cook who made the best pancakes in the South. June 17, 2020, Quaker Oats announced that the Aunt Jemima brand will be replaced with a new name and image. So did you like our list? Did I miss someone that you know about? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm Dad Almighty, and I'll see you in the next one.